Is it going out? Yeah, it looks like it's in the reds, which I wish they did these buttons in green, because normally when it's green you're broadcasting. What is that weird light going on there? Where's that coming from? Wait, let me just there. And of course I need to bring down the volume on this thing. Hello and welcome to Jakob haQ Live, everyone. The place. Let me try to do that again. So, hello and welcome to Jakob haQ Live, my second channel, which I need to work on this intro thing because I really don't know. I need people to know that if they're finding this channel, by chance, for instance, searching for iOS stuff, because I've got this channel tag with iOS mobile music and everything, I want them to know that I do have another channel. So if you found this by accident, I have a main channel called Jakob haQ, and you are right now watching me on Jakob haQ Live. The difference is that this thing right here is unscripted. It's just, I put on record or send, and then we just do our thing. This channel is more about hanging out with you, more than it is about the apps themselves, which is kind of weird. But if you're not interested in that and you just want like app reviews and stuff like that, you go watch my main channel. You just go to youtube.com Jakob haQ. That was way too long for an intro, and so I already recognize a lot of names here in the chat, and I've got you here on the pad as always because I love checking what you are writing in there. So everyone, have y'all tried? Have any one of you tried out Klevgrens or Klevgren Produkters new app Skaka? Because Skaka is how you pronounce it in Swedish, and Skaka means shake or to shake. Um, you could say like jag skakar. That means like I'm shaking, and usually when you're cold, you're shaking, and that's when you say jag skakar. But that's not, you know what? Never mind. So this app is pretty cool. It kind of blew my mind with what they've done here, and I read through the description for this app, and I read through the manual real quickly, just glanced over it. But what they've done is they put 8 instruments in here. They worked their butts off making some very cool sequencer-esque stuff in here, and they basically sampled. I read that there are about like 2,600 samples in here for all of these 8 samples, and that's why it sounds so amazing. And we're gonna do some stuff with this today, so just try to make some rhythms and things like that. So I think that this is probably something that's gonna end up on my main channel as a review, because this is really good. I'm impressed, and I think a lot of people need to know about Skakya, and I think that a lot of people would benefit from having Skakya. It's it's not as if it's doing something completely new, but the way it's doing it sounds very good. What is the biggest issue when we're working with drum samples and percussion samples, um, and stuff like that? What's the biggest issue? It's always the problem with loops sounding way too, loopy, or if you're trying to program it yourself, it sounds way too static. And sometimes you just want to humanize stuff. That's something that they worked a lot on in this app, because there are several ways of setting up a way of getting the patterns to drift, kind of becoming more humanized. And yeah, let's just have a look at it. So if you have any questions about this thing, ask me. I might not be able to answer all of them because I just glanced over the manual, but I just want to get to this. So right now I'm running a Cubase 2 because I still don't trust Cubase 3 yet. I don't. What I am doing, I'll show you. Okay, so a lot of people have been asking me about Cubase 3, and since y'all been doing that, and I can't answer you, I am running Cubase 3 on my iPhone 6s right now, and I'm testing it through there. I thought that would be a great way of testing it. So I'll have more to report in a month or two, whether Cubase 3 is stable or not. Let's just get something going here. Oh, I can see everybody. I recognize all of these people except from Umanji Sinkala. I don't recognize you. Maybe you've been in the chat. I just want to say welcome to anyone who's new. Um, All right, so the way that it works is it's very simple. Right now I've got a Nano Key Studio connected to it. So once you hit a key, it will just start playing. You just let me know if the audio is good enough or if it needs to be higher. I can fix that. It looks kind of low right now. So right now I'm just playing C2 or C3 I think in Skaka. And we can see that there's some stuff happening right here. Now if I play the next key, which is C up, I get a tambourine. And if I play the next one, I get this one. And if I just keep going, so each key is looping one of these instruments. And when it comes to the patterns in here, if you want to change out your patterns, you simply tap on the pattern looking area and you, no, come on man, don't do that, don't do this to me now. You tap on, no, wait, didn't you do that? Or maybe you, stop, sorry. There is a very tiny icon down here, and I keep forgetting that. You tap that and you get this list. Now it's gonna be impossible for you to see this list, but what it is, it's basically a list of different rhythms that you can load, and you can load them in any of these boxes. It doesn't really matter which one, and it will change the rhythm accordingly. So let's go into something like hip hop, R&B, and let's just choose Broken Shaker here. And I'm in the first window. Okay, so you can hear it perfectly. That's good. Yes, future music. It is Wednesday already. To me, it feels like it was yesterday we were doing this stream. It's going past so quickly. So I get it. So what we're going to do now is just add this one single note. I love the simplicity of this. And it's just going to play it. It's so nice. And now we can add more instruments by just keeping on adding notes in here. So let's say I want to move this one up. Can do this instrument instead. And let's do this. Let's add that one, and I like this one. I like this one. One thing that I don't like is when stuff are too static, like locked in a 4-on-the-floor beat. I'd rather have it move a bit, and so the first thing I checked out is there a shuffle in there, and yes, there is. And the only downside with this instrument is that when you want shuffle, there is no main shuffle thing, so you can't make all of them shuffle at once. That's something I would actually like. On the other hand, it makes it interesting when you go in and set the shuffle individually for all the instruments. And to open up more options for each instrument, you do what I did before when I was trying to open up the preset browser for the different rhythms. Well, I was trying to click up here, and when you tap in the pattern area, this is when you get this page. And here we have 4 more pages. I know you can't read this, but what it says on the first one is velocity, next one is duration, the next one is pitch, and next one is gain. And you can watch this as, or view this as a sequencer, and you can even change the length for these sequencer. Right now it's set at 2, I can set it to 3, 4, all the way up to 8, and I can set it down all the way to 1, which makes it even more interesting for making maybe odd patterns and beats and stuff. It would be great to have the yeah, okay, so Sasha is touching upon something here that I was thinking, like, hey, does this have audio unit version, audio unit multi out? And for those of you who don't know, it's when you can take one instance of an audio unit and then load up several outputs for that unit, or inputs, depending on what type of an app it is. If it's an effect or a processor or an instrument like this. For an instrument like this, when we have 8 instruments, it would be so nice to be able to break that out into multiple outputs, so we could have one instrument per output while still just using one plugin, which is very much process saving. You're saving processes when you're just using one plugin instance. And I haven't checked. I just don't think that they have implemented that, but we can check that later on in AUM. So right now we're just doing the basic stuff. We're just playing, auto playing stuff that is already in here. Why isn't it playing? Because I didn't loop this. Sorry, I'm gonna loop that. Alright, so I'm not quite heavy, I'm not happy with this seed pattern. It might be a bit too loud also. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna load up another pattern for this thing. We're in Latin right now. Let's try merengue. And we go in here, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add shuffle. I'm gonna go to shaker and also add shuffle. I like this. There's a lot of stuff happening. It would be nice to listen to this together with a drum beat of sorts. And I have a magic folder of drums that I absolutely love, and it is the what is it called now again? Oh, I can't even remember. But if we go to audio share, I can show you. So we go into Loop Masters, and I bought this from Loop Masters. I absolutely love the sound pack because these drums have been recorded with a Ludwig drum set, and this drum kit sounds great. So if we go into Vintage Breaks Volume 1, and we go in here, I'm gonna just lower the volume on this because they're super loud and will kill your ears if I play them as they are. And right now we're in 120 BPMs, I think. Yeah, we're gonna keep it in 120 BPMs. So we're gonna go down and look for 120 BPMs. So we're gonna go into original breaks and 120 right there. And let's see if I can play this without killing your ears. That would be nice. Come on. Why? Because they're AIF. Okay, we have some converter here. Alright, so I just absolutely love the drum loops in this thing. And let's just add this into Cubasis, and we're gonna add this to a track. And as usual, it's so messy in here, and I probably loaded this one up before. No, I haven't. Okay. Now this is super loud, so let's just pull down on this and mix this in with the other shaker stuff from Skaka. Can you hear how the Skaka app how everything just drifts a little bit because of how the Humanize is set up? I read that section inside the manual, and they've really done something to their formula to make it drift in a certain way. And like I said, there are 4 ways of making your stuff drift. Number 1 is shuffle. Number 2 is humanize, and humanize really does add a humanized like rhythm swing to it. That together with the swing or shuffle does a lot. But then there are 2 more controls actually. If we not here, if we look down here, where are they? So right here it says trigger fade, and what was that again? So basically, they've synced up the beginning of the sounds in a very they've tried to make so that the sample player is playing, because it is a sample player, this thing, it is playing exactly at the beginning of each sound. And what you can do with these trigger fades is that you can fade in and fade out. You can set the fade in phase and fade out phase for those sounds. So when you do that, it also sounds as if you're messing with the rhythm, which is also very nice. Someone said something about rolling R's. Rulla. Is that what you like, Sasha? You like it when I say that? It's because I'm svensk. Yep. The Motown presets are awesome, says Samuel. So it's just for drums, beats. Yeah, yeah. Okay, so very. This thing is only a percussion instrument sequencer thing. That is what this thing does. It has 8 sounds. Each of the sounds have been sampled in layers multiple times. Altogether 2,600 600 sounds in here. That's how many samples they've made just to make this thing sound so real. Because that is the problem, though. Uh, I don't have any good shaker loops that I'm using here. And whenever I need shakers in my songs, I always end up doing something else because I don't like how it sounds. This instrument, though, oh yeah, just for the shaker alone, I would use this thing. This is I just like this. Klevgra Produktion, you did something good here. You did something really good here. Um, but you can put notes in to make them percussive. Oh, you mean okay? So you want them to play notes? Well, yes, you can. Let me show you. Okay, so right now, let me mute this thing. So what do we have? Let me add something that has more of a note to it or tone. Yeah, like the tambourine. Okay, it has more of a tone to it. Actually, I mean, like a short kind of metallic tone, right? So I'm gonna add that, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna mess with the pitch, because it's not like you can play notes with these things. That's not how it works. It's like one instrument, one sequencer gets triggered by one note. So the first instrument loop thing starts on C3, and the next one at C half up, and then it's D, D up, and then it's E. So one instrument right here, one instrument right here, one instrument right here, one instrument right here. You can definitely tailor what instrument is playing where and the type of pattern that is playing. I don't. You can probably not see that, but up here you can see that there's something showing in each box. That's actually where it says C up and D. You see what I mean? E, F. How do you say that? F, and then I can't remember how to say what this note is called. What the? Seriously? Is it gone? I've been dancing around the issue like since we started the stream. I can't even remember. If anyone can anyone help me out, just type it down into to the chat. But you can definitely switch out all of the instruments in here, and you have the 8 different instruments to choose from. Um, and that's what it is. You don't play notes with it, but can you get it to be musical? Can you make it play musical notes? Yes, 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 you can. And the way you have to do it is you have to mess with the sequencer itself, or the sequence. So if I play this, I'll show you. Is that the tambourine right there? So I go to the tambourine, which has more of a tone to it, and we go to the pitch page, and I'm just gonna exaggerate this. It's gonna sound really bad, but if you want it to play musical notes, then you have to do it in sequencer. So I'm I'm just... What? What is this? Why is it doing that? Come on, I want you to lock. How do I set it to lock? Do I do that? Alright, okay. So this one up. Is it set to 4 or okay, so the grid is set to 16. I want to set it to 32. Like that. Let's see what this sounds like. Come on. You understand what I mean now? Like, you can make it musical, but you have to not behave like an idiot like I just did and just, paint all over the place, because then it sounds really, really bad, and as if you don't know what you're doing. Which is, it's kind of true. I mean, I haven't used it for that long, but that's how you get it to play notes, and you have to stick to the instrument that actually has more of a tone to it. But it's as far as I know, it's not like you can put your own sounds in there. They've made a very specific thing here. Sample 2,600 sounds just to make these 8 instruments. So that's why I think that you're not able to put in your own sounds or anything like that. They wanted this thing to be a proper instrument, a shaker, tambourine instruments. Now the other instruments that you can find in here, if we just check it out, is you have an egg instrument, a kasisi, this something called a single shot, I don't know what that is, the calabash, shaker, tambourine. Don't know how to pronounce the gungroos, but that's how I pronounce it. And then you have seeds. So 8 percussion instruments, and when you mix them up with this, having it in a sequencer like this, it's just great. So let's just mess around with it. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna load some presets here and see what it has. Motown patterns. I absolutely love this. This is great. Now, even if you can't put your own sounds into it, don't let that make the decision for you whether you should get this or not. If you've ever felt like you needed percussion instruments, percussion loops, and you don't want to work with loops or static samples, right now on the App Store, as far as I know, there aren't that many good options. And I would say that out of the options you can get when you need instruments like that, this one is probably most likely one of the best anyway, because I'm not sure if there are any other instruments that does this. I know that there are some drumming instruments that does what's that called? It's an oriental instrument. It makes oriental drumming. So it has tabla, it has the darbuk in there. It's got loads of great Middle East sounds and loops in it, and it's basically based on samples and sequencing and stuff. I just can't remember the name for it. But when it comes to just percussive instrument shakers, the regular stuff you can find in a drum set or in a band, someone playing it, this one, it's at the top. It's definitely in the cream side of things. And cream is a good thing in my world. Cream is good. Cream is the best, except from real cream, because when I drink real cream or eat real cream, I get the never mind. Mid-East drummer, says Sasha. I think it is Mid-East drummer. Empty canvas. Neo Soul. And right now I'm just playing 3 instruments, but what if we change these out? So I'm gonna play some other loops here. Let's do this thing. And so these aren't wave loops, these aren't sound loops, these are sequenced loops, sequenced by this thing. I will now put up a little warning here. If you are using an older iPad, hey, wait, okay. So I am using an older iPad. This is an iPad Pro 12.9 inch from 2015. It has a dual core processor and it is almost weak compared to the 2018 or 2020 iPad Pros because those, well, they run 8 core processors. Still, it's powerful enough to run a lot of stuff, and I don't seem to have any timing issues or anything with Shaker or Skaka so far. But we're only using one plugin and one loop, so I don't know exactly how heavy it's gonna get when you start doing stuff. I would probably start exporting sounds and bouncing them out into static loops after I'm done tweaking them when I get them the way I want, and unload tracks just to save resources. And any one of you who have an older iPad, you know what I mean, or an older iPhone. You constantly have to bounce stuff and save resources, unload synthesizers. Moog's Model D, great synth, so heavy, stuff like that. But I was running Skaka on this one, and this is an iPad Mini 2. Now this is even older, and it was not faring so well when I was running Skaka inside AUM. I had timing issues and I had buffering issues, and I tried messing around with the buffer and just changing that, and it got a little bit better. But yeah, you can definitely tell that this thing is aging. Now Samuel actually points something out here, and I just love it. Samuel, I hope you've maybe they're already on that, but if they ever make a drum app to go along with this thing, doing the same thing, they should really call it banka. Banka is in Swedish means to pound on something or beat something. So yeah, it would be a great name for a drum app. Just send them a message or something, or write it on Twitter. Maybe you already have some. You should tell them if you make a drum app, call it Banka. It's great. I actually don't. I'm not sure what AAS object is, Samuel, and Sasha doesn't know what AAS is either. Yeah. All right. If anyone in here have asked me questions and I missed it, I don't want to spend too much time scrolling up here, but you just have to ask me again, and I'll probably see it. So what I want to do now is just go into a little bit more of what you can find in here. So again, if we open up like the pattern menu in here, like I said, there's 4 pages. So you've got the velocity page on the first one, and the duration and pitch and gain. So what we're going to do now is we're just going to use one instrument here, and we're going to remove the drums. You know what? Maybe I should put a limiter on this thing, so because I just feel like this has the ability to, you know, go mad. Insert effect and go to. Should we use maybe? Yeah, I'll just. No, not waves. Wait, I can't remember if Cubase has a limiter. I don't think I've ever looked for that. I only use the compressor and the studio equalizer and reverb. That that's actually interesting. I only use 3 of the built-in effects. I never really look for the other ones. I can't remember what kind of a limiter I used. You know what? I'll just do this. I'll just do this. So we'll go for yeah. We'll just go for a regular compressor, and I'll just keep this down. Yeah, we'll just do that. That works for me. And now we're in this sequencer, so we can see the pattern here. Now, what I'm going to do is, wait, am I in the right one? Yeah, I'm in the right one. So I'm gonna do this. It sounds really bad. I don't care. It has a filter and a reverb. It also has panning for all of the instrument, which is nice. And you can of course pitch the whole thing because it has a pitch knob, so you can do that if you want. And then you can mess with the timing even more because you have a delay fader right here, and what it allows you to do is to delay the signal. It's kind of hard to hear without drums, yeah, but that's what you can do. And you pretty much control all of the other pages the same way. So the duration is the duration of the sound, you get the pitch, and then the gain. And I mean, there's really not much more to this. That's pretty much it, and you don't need that much. You set the grid up here, and you lock it to the tempo here, but you can also run it unlocked, and you can have it locked in different ways. So, I mean, it looks like there's more than it actually is, and there really doesn't need to be more than this. It's so straightforward, and then you just press down keys. Again, I do wish that we had like a global humanize or a global shuffle. Jeez, that is just insane. Let's just load as many as we can in here. See what this sounds like, and then just switch out patterns. Just sounds insane. Wait, which one are we? There. This is so nice. Now, one thing I don't know if you can do is if you can actually MIDI control this thing. I haven't looked into the manual for that yet. If there's any way of actually changing, some of these sounds on the fly or patterns and anything like that. That would be interesting though. Can the sounds be exported so other effects can be added or manipulated? I mean, you mean like an export? Yeah, if we wanted to make this to an export, here comes the test now. Will it be stable or not? So right now we're inside Cubasis, and if you're inside any other DAW, you should look for the place where you export your audio. What I'm going to do is bounce this down to an audio file. So media, you have to go in Cubasis, and then we go to mixdown, and we go to create mixdown. I'm going to remove the include effect tail and just mixdown between locators, so I'm only getting that loop. Start mixdown, and there we go. So did it work? What do you think? Did it work? If it worked, we should have that loop in a WAV file right now, and that way we can use that to put other stuff on it. And it looks as if we have it right there. Now these channels are muted, so it's only this one playing. And that's the WAV file, the exported WAV file. And now you can easily just use that in any other program or whatever. If you want to put it into Beatmaker and do some stuff with that, if you want to put it into any other type of sampler, maybe you got like EG Pulse, you want to put it in there, you can do that. Store it in AudioShare like I do with all my snippets and pieces. It just feels good having an instrument that finally does the shaker thing really, really, really well without sounding too static. I don't know about you, but to me that's been a big nail in my foot. Like ever since I started with this computerized music thing like 25, 30 years ago, it's just shakers are hard to make. And if you ever tried sampling shakers, especially like egg shakers, they have this particular sound to it. So when you do that, it will overload microphones without a doubt. Like if you're using the standard nice big membrane microphones, the first time you do it, like the first time I did it, I had it connected to a portable recorder, and I had my headphones in at the same time, and I had my audio pulled up. I wasn't prepared. I was not prepared. I did one shake, and the sound was so loud that I threw off my headphones, and I had this pain in my ear. I think it was my left, or I can't remember, but I had a pain in my ear the whole day, and I was so scared that I was going to lose my hearing after that. But it's just a funny little anecdote from my past life. And that's not the only time I did it. I kept doing it until I learned. It took a few times because I'm pretty dumb, but yeah, I learned in the end. And shakers are just incredibly hard to sample and have them sound good. I just have never been able to do it properly. I've never gotten a result I like. Here, Klevgra has already done that for me. It's pretty awesome. If I think about shakers, some hippie guys come to mind. Is this a reference I'm not getting, Sasha? Is that it? This is so cool. Let's just do let's do this. We're gonna remove these. Okay, it's too small. Let's do that. I just remove these and unmute that. Is that a stuck note? That's a stuck note. Yeah, that was a stuck note. Panic button worked though. Come on. Yeah, Samuel is bringing up something nice here. You can trigger the notes like breakbeats too. I mean, you could literally play an instrument, an interesting sequence when you're using this instrument. That's also an aspect I didn't just think. I didn't think of it. I just put in these long notes and having it play one thing. But of course, if you're playing some interesting stuff, you're gonna get some nice rhythm out of that too. Is anyone like convinced yet that this is something they need in their life? Anyone? I just know how I'm struggling when I'm making drums and I want them to sound more real. The- Just shaker and percussion instruments, I always end up just doing something weird. I'll put in some swooshy, swashy sounds instead. This is fun. This is so much fun, everyone. I'm forgetting about chat. I'm forgetting about stream. I just keep forgetting. It's great for Latin house music, yeah, and I think it's great for other stuff too. I mean, you could probably make stuff fit, but I mean, if I was producing EDM based music, I probably wouldn't be using this. But then again, I don't know. Then again, I don't know. I'm working on something right now that might actually it might actually benefit depending on what I do with it. I mean, you could always run an effect over the whole thing too and make it sound trashy, more trashy, or stuff like that. I'm getting some ideas. I'm getting inspired, and that's a good sign. Whenever an app inspires me, it means it's definitely on my good side. I don't like it when I open up an app and I'm thinking to myself, "Wow, this is great. What am I supposed to do with it?" Or "This is great. Now I have to find a way to use it." I usually don't like apps like that, and it's not that there's something wrong with the app itself. I mean, the fault lies with me. It's just that if I can't get inspired instantly by an app, I'm usually never gonna really talk about it. Flanger, distortion, and resonators. Yeah, definitely. The breakdown would work. Flange, reverse delay. Oh yeah, reverse delay. Hmm. Let's see if we can do something. Let's see if we can record something interesting here. So let's just do this. Uh, Now, is that gonna be too loud for you guys? I think that's okay, right? It's not that invasive. Yeah. All right. All right. So let's. Oh, let me just give myself another beat to work with. Oh, sorry. I forgot to record. I'm so stupid. Something like that, and let's just see what we can do with it effect wise. It sounds a bit weird, but that doesn't matter. And let's just loop it. And I'm thinking Yukawa. Let's try Yukawa. Is that under ice gear? I think it is under ice gear. Yukawa. Oh, come on. There we go. Yeah, I did lose some MIDI notes, I know. I don't know where they went. Are they here? No. I definitely lost them. That sounds pretty cool. I really like that resonance going on there. I really like this. I thought about switching, but I bought too many apps on Play Store, so there's a drawback of rebuying all my DAWs, plugins, etc. The missing note was in the beginning when you made the region smaller. Oh, it's probably there. Yep, it's there. It's there. Let me just do that. Yeah. Okay, so it wasn't quantized, and normally I wouldn't want to quantize this. I would want it to be as it is, but I did quantize it, so now it starts at the beginning here because when it doesn't, it will disappear and like the yeah, it will just disappear when you do that when you minimize the region. This is definitely something I could explore for like forever. Uh, I am gonna try to utilize this for what I'm doing right now. I'm working on something EDM based, and I'm looking for a way of adding something more interesting to it when it comes to the drum section. And usually I drum shadow my drums. So if I have like a bass drum and a snare drum and a hi-hat, I want some shadows in there that does similar stuff to what the drums, like bass drum, snare drum, and hi-hat is doing, only just slightly off tempo and way more distorted and blurred it out into the background. So it's just shadowing the drums. I think that this could work for that, but it could even add more because of how the pattern thing works in here. Um, like, wait, can you save your own patterns in here? That's something I want to know, by the way. So if I go in here, it doesn't look like there's a way of saving your own patterns because there's no saving thing here, is there? So you have to save an entire. Wait, how the hell do you? Oh, so you have to save. Let's see here. Um, is there no? There is no preset browser. Okay, so it's this preset browser. So how do I save my own stuff if I want to? My own settings. Does anyone know that? I can get it only for iPad, right? Yeah, that was unfortunately. I did check it on my iPhone, and it's not available on iPhone. Um, I mean, they could probably make this fit on an iPhone. I think it's just that what they would have to do is to split up. I think 6 instruments on 2 pages because looking at the size of the iPhone, this interface would be way too small if they squeeze that into the iPhone because of these small things here. So they would probably have to make a specific one for iPhone. That is a problem that, oh, like I've alluded to working with a developer on something, an app, for over a year, and um, we don't have like an iPhone version ready because that's a whole another can of worms because now you have to try to fit everything you've done on another screen, which in some cases means that maybe you now have to do more pages. And that's a whole workup to do that, and it actually takes longer than I thought it would take. So you know that's the thing. I'm not saying that whatever we're making on it's not gonna end up on iPhone at some point, but I get why some people will make it for iPad because it's like one of the biggest markets when it comes to something like this. But it doesn't mean that maybe it won't come to iPhone. But I definitely think they would have to split up this thing here because it would get too small on the iPhone. In the preset browser, there is a new to add user preset. Oh, okay. Uh where is that? Basic? Is it here? Empty? No. I can't see it. Cat out of the bag, Jacob. Yeah, I know. What size is the app? Uh, I don't know. I mean, it does have 2,600 samples, right? So let me just do this because I don't want to show you something that I can't. So I'm just going to go to the App Store because you can always find that out on the App Store. Um, Come on, connect to the internet. Thank you. Connected to internet. Awesome, awesome. So Skaka. Is it even gonna like find that? Shaked percussion. Let's see here. So if you go to the App Store and you ever want to know the size of an app, you scroll down and you look for the size, and it says right there. So this is 61 megabytes in a packed format. Now, how big is it? You ask. How big is it when it's unpacked? Now that's interesting. Let's find that out, and let's hide the screen again. So go to settings, and let's go down to where do we have it? The storage. I'm looking for the storage right now. Come on, load it up. It's gonna load one of those the thing that we've been working on, and I don't want it to pop up in the list. Okay. Okay, so let's see if I can find it. Skaka, Skaka. It should be further down because it's pretty small. 60 megabytes packed. So unpacked, it would be a bit bigger, I think. It's probably not gonna be that big. Come on, where are you, Skaka? Where is our thing? So I'm not showing that. I can't find Skaka. Come on, where are you? No, I can't find it. Okay, so these are 200 meg, so it must be further down. Skaka, Skaka. Maybe it doesn't show up here. It should. So let's see here. Oval Sunvox. Oh, why can't you just sort this off the names? Well, yeah, I can't find it anyone. It everyone. I mean, it's supposed to be here, but it's not. I can find Brusfri from Klevgra Produktion, but I can't find Skaka. Is it really like big? Is that why? Maybe it's higher up? No. Nope. Can't find it. I'm sorry, man. I can't find out exactly how big it is, but it's definitely a bit bigger than 60 megabytes after you install it, download it, and install it, because the App Store will show the packed size, I think. New just clears it. Okay. It's currently free again. Is that Zenbeats you are talking about? 61 megabytes. Healing Heart says 61. Francisco Nunez says 61.7. Okay, so it seems to be that they have like found a way of compressing all these samples, and I mean these are short single shot samples. These are very short type of instruments we're doing, like shakers and stuff. So if it was a piano app, it would probably be way bigger, right? But it seems like 60 megabytes seems to be the size of this app. So it's not that big, actually. It's not that big. What's the? Does anyone? I think. Yeah, there's a. I think if you're out and about and you're not connected to a Wi-Fi, iOS will usually limit files, so you cannot download stuff that is larger than 100 megabytes. But this one you would be able to download on the go over your phone network provider. That's why like apps like Facebook and Instagram, they're always struggling with keeping their initial app down, you know, below that 100 megs, I think, or something like that. I think it is that, so that you can download the app. Otherwise you will get that error message saying that, oh no, 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 it's too big. 62 is quite small. Yeah. Joshua Good also confirms it. 63.2. Yeah, that's it. Gerald, hello. Hello, Gerald. I'm sorry I didn't see you say hello in here in the chat. And by the way, hello, Russ. I didn't see you in the chat earlier. So, how many of you have this thing, Skaka, and how many of you would consider getting it? How many of you have wished that you had an app that could do shakers really well? Hmm. You can of course set up what is it? I've already said that, by the way. I think I've said most of it. What I haven't talked about is the reverb. because you have two reverbs in here. You have a room reverb, and there are several algorithms in here. So there's a room reverb that basically gives you four room algorithms. So you have a natural room, bright room, natural booth, small booth, and then you have the second reverb where you can set the decay and the level. The first one only gives you a level control. And in here you have, I mean, I recognize some of these algorithms because I've heard something similar in Klevgra. It might even be the same type of algorithms because Klevgra and Produkter did make Reverb, that reverb plugin, AUV3 also. I have a review of that plugin Reverb. If you're interested in watching something like that, over at my main channel. Preset browser of Cubasis when you edit the pattern. Okay. Browse? No. Browse. Yeah, there we have new. Okay. So if we go into the preset editor and we press up here, we have browse. And if we press new, it will just clear this out. Huh, okay. So there doesn't appear to be any saving function. Huh. Does it autosave? Does it autosave? That's that's what I wonder. Let's just try something real quick here. If we go out of here and we go into this thing, no, that can't be right. That can't be right. So there is no saving? Wait, that's super weird. Why wouldn't you be able to do that? What does the Wait a minute. What does the manual say about that? Let's just check out. Yeah, I'm just gonna bring out Klevgra's manual. Let's see here. Um, Klevgrand. Let's see here. Klevgrand. Man, no, wait. I know a better way. I'll just close this down, this down, this down, and Cubasis, and we'll just open up Skaka because usually their apps are AUV3. So when you press it, it's gonna open this thing, and then it's gonna ask you if you wanna open the user manual, and I wanna do that. So it's going right there. All right. So Skaka user manual. There we go. Let's see. Let's see. How do you guys deal with saving? Introduction, user interface, global preset browser. Nothing about saving in there. Room settings, high shelving gain. The note, instrument chooser, sequencer events overview, sync mode, slot presets. Nothing about the two topmost buttons also allow import and export of custom slot sequencer settings. Currently not available on iOS. Huh. Okay, so two browse slot presets, same functions as on the slot view page. Edit modes, sequence length. Oh no, it does not look like there is a saving feature. Oh, okay, so it doesn't look like there's a saving feature. Okay, so that's weird. I would really want that. I would like to build my own stuff in there and my own sets and my own presets. Because as it is right now, you'd have to save your thing inside. I mean, if it supports state saving, then you can open it up inside something like AUM or Cubasis and then do your settings, and then you have to save the whole project, and that's your preset, right? But what if I want to save my own? So edit pattern, browse new. When we do that, we're just making a new, and doesn't seem to. We need to banka lite vett to the people at Klevgra Produktion. You don't read. You don't read. You don't read manuals. You read the chat. See above. Yeah, save states. Yeah, it doesn't look like it has any randomization. It has the presets, but randomization, so you can press randomize and do it that way. I didn't see anything like that in there. I get why you want to do something like that. You know, state saving in all glory, but that's not how I work. I sit down an evening when I have time over, and maybe I have 2 hours over, and then I sit down and I make whatever it is. If it's a synthesizer, I make presets. I'll make 6 or 7 presets, and then I save them. And then later on in the week, I might be working on something, and then I'm like, okay, I'm gonna check through those presets I made. That's how I work. If I'm gonna rely on state saving, that means that I'm gonna have to make a new project or a new track for each load the plugin several times and do the settings, and just hope that the project don't glitch the next time I open it. Which is, it happens. It happens. And when you're working inside an app like Cubasis that auto saves, that could become a problem real quickly. Yeah, you could at least probably save as a host preset. Sample it, Russ says. Yeah, of course. You could always sample it. Don't mention it, Mr. Grumby. Wait, do I say Mr. Grum 60 or is it Mr. Grumby? Is that it? Am I saying it wrong? I'm probably doing it wrong. Basildon or Basildon? Is it Basildon or Basildon? I think I'll call you Basildon. So Basildon bought this thing yesterday. Well, then you're probably having some fun, I'm guessing. I mean, I'm having loads of fun. It state saves in AUM. Currently, that means it could change. Healing Heart is absolutely correct. Absolutely, it could change. I mean, it's not like this is set in stone, and it's not like Klevgra Produkter or Klevgra Produktion or Klevger, as they used to call themselves. It's not like they're not listening to people. I know that Yuan, one of the guys that is programming over there, he actually does read like comments and stuff. So they do take in criticism, they do listen to it, and I mean, whether something happens or not, whether they do something or not, it's a balance. You have to balance the time you put into something, into how many people would benefit, and how many more units you can sell of something. Also, I mean, it has to be viable in the end, for most parties, and especially for them as a company. They're actually 5 or 6 guys employed over at Klevgra, um, and they all have families. So, you know. Hello, Jason, Jason Gilby. I think it's Gilby. Jason Gilby. You just got here and you missed all the fun we had at the beginning. But I mean, we're nearing like the midstream here. So I've been streaming for an hour. We've been testing out this thing called Skaka from Klevgra Produktion. One thing that we did find with it that I don't like that much, because everything else about this plugin I absolutely love. So I'll start with what I love. I love that it is basically it's basically a 12 track sequencer. It's got 8 instruments and it's based on samples, but there's a load of samples in here. So the thing is that when you're using a shaker, it sounds like a real shaker. It has a humanize feature, it has a shuffle feature, and when you're using those, it really does sound more human like. I'm just amazed over how well they made the shaker drift without it sounding as if there's an algorithm calculating it. It feels natural. It's very nice. You can do a lot within it. You can change the pitch. Inside here, you have a lot of options for the patterns that you can do. And I just think that, oh, come on, Apple, don't. I don't care that I haven't. I don't care. I don't care, Apple. Stop. Sorry, everyone. It's just I get annoying when I get pop-ups. Unnecessary, unwanted pop-ups coming up every day on my screens. I don't like that. Um, so I like everything with this, apart from the fact that I have to rely on state saving for presets, because as it is right now, you can't save your own presets. However, I'd like to add that I can probably do without. I hope that they do implement preset saving in the future, but I can probably do without as it is right now. Because what I'd do is just add this thing to my project. I'd go in, I'll put down a few notes, and I'll go into the pattern thing here, and I'll just do my stuff in there for that track particularly. Um, yeah, probably. It's not like I feel like I need presets right now, so I'm okay. I'm okay with it because there are a bunch of presets in here that do sound good, with different rhythms and stuff that they made, stuff that actually sound like real rhythms that you would use, stuff that you would play in a band as a percussionist. So I'm good with that. I just really need them to implement some kind of preset saving in the future. State save is not enough for me. Yeah, but it's a very cool app. $10 is it $10 for this thing right now, and it's on sale right now, everybody? Because I didn't check that. I didn't really check. I never check. I only check when I do videos. When I do videos on my main channel, reviews and demos and stuff like that. That's when I check. And you know what? If you look back, the past, what is it, 6 months, 8 months, you hardly ever see me state the prices of apps. You never see it. Even though I check, I'll check their dates when they were released, the exact date, so I know. I check when they were updated, late when they were late, the latest update date. I check how many updates there were in between. I check if there's been any controversy, if there's been anything weird happening to the app. I check what the developer has been doing in the middle. I always do my research, but never do I just look back at the videos for the past 8 months, 9 months, maybe even more. I never mentioned the app price. What's up with that? Huh? And it doesn't seem like anyone's complaining. I don't find a bunch of comments down in the comment section of people saying, app price please. I don't. Tweet Klevgra tomorrow and ask them. Yeah, you know what? I actually have, I have a number that I can call. So I'm gonna call tomorrow and say, hey, dudes, hello, my baguettes. I don't call them baguettes. Why would I call them baguettes? It's not. We're not friendly on those terms. Maybe I should call them baguettes. Maybe I'd get a fun little reaction out of them. Maybe I could record that. Maybe that could become an entire episode. I called I called this developer a baguette. Is that clickbait enough? I called him a baguette. You won't believe what happened next. What do you think about that? And a big baguette in the thumbnail, my face doing this, and then Klevgra in the background. So the baguette is kind of covering up the K, you know? Or maybe the baguette can be hiding behind the K. I'll put in a picture of someone famous, something that doesn't even belong there. Maybe some old meme like John Cena. I'll put John Cena in there. Does that work? Maybe that's too old. Maybe that's too untimely. Batman. I could put Batman in there. That would work, right? No, wait. Then the video would get demonetized because then the algorithm on YouTube would read that as made for kids. So I should probably put something else in there. How about a picture of maybe a thing? Oreos? Cookies? I don't know. I mean, it's sweet. People like cookies. So we've reached that part in the video where I felt like I gone through the app. I did, and we could probably do more with it. I just feel like I'd rather just hang out with you guys right now, and we could talk some other stuff. You see, I've been looking into some talking points and some stuff that I want to bring up on these live streams, because I feel like the only time I really get to do that is when either when I'm talking to another content creator or another mobile musician or something like that. And considering the state of the world, it's not like I meet up with people, and so sure you could call people. It's just that content creators in general are like being lonely and are lonely people. I'm one, so it's not like we call each other all the time. We don't, unless people are talking on forums, and I'm not really much for writing, so I don't do that stuff. I like talking to people. So it's either talking or nothing. I don't like writing, actually. It's actually almost painful for me to write answers to comments because I have to sit there with my ADHD infueled brain and just sit still for a while, and then I'll pick up my phone and I'll go and write, and my answer to you might come back as this very well thought out a nice answer with a lot of information. I'll write, very, very specifically what someone needs to do or not to do in order to get something working. But know this, when you get an answer like that from me, you're getting it from the most insane idiot ever, because I'll go insane from just writing. I can't even stay still. I can't. I get insane. And even doing these streams, if I wasn't moving around all the time, this might be annoying for some people. I know that. I've gotten complaints about that before, on my channel, on my main channel, when moving my hands somewhere, that people get annoyed by that. I don't know how annoying this is for you, but when I do this, but without that, I'd go insane. Absolutely insane. I could not sit here. And in the future, I'm gonna change the streams a little bit so that I can move around in the room and do stuff, because sitting down like this, it's not good for me. Cookie. Someone wrote, oh yeah, yeah, cookies. I'll put cookies in the thumbnail. Thumbnail in the thumbnail. In the cookies in the thumbnail. We could put something else in there, um, like a bag of Cheetos. People like Cheetos. I want to try to attract as many people as possible. I would never do content like that. I mean, I would do some weird stuff, but I don't like lying to my viewers, and I don't like doing stuff that it has a possibility of becoming too viral. That's just no. I'm looking for a certain type of audience, an audience who is interested in what I have to provide. And if I start making content that I'm not really, looking in, that I don't really want to make, and people start subscribing for that, then they're gonna suspect, they're gonna expect that, and then I'm gonna have to make that, and I'm gonna get very unhappy very quickly, and that's no way to do a YouTube channel. I've seen several YouTube channels that just die down after becoming like really big after 6 months, and then just they dropped because they weren't really interested. They thought they wanted, that, but what's the point? That's what I always ask people when they ask me, like, can I start a YouTube channel? What should I do? Well, what's the point of it? That's what I ask them. Why do you want to do it? Because if the answer is I want to get popular, just stop right there. Just stop. What are you gonna do with that popularity? That's the next thing. Because without that goal, you're gonna be miserable, and you're gonna stop, and you're gonna let people down. So don't even start. Just figure out what the goal is and then do it. Feeding the fly trap. Do you have the phone number from Drambo's? No. No, I don't. I don't have everyone's phone number. I happen to have a phone number to a few developers in Sweden because that's where I live. In Stockholm, there are plenty of app companies out here. So I've been and met up with loads of people from these companies and done interviews and stuff like that. That's how I know them, because over time you get friendly and stuff. So I would never ever share their phone numbers or anything like that. That's just not something I would do. And if I had someone's specific phone number, I shouldn't even have said that I had someone's phone number over at Klevgra, or Klevgra, because that's just, no, I shouldn't have said that. But either way, I did, so the cat's out of that bag at least. Um, yeah, it's just these are people who are just like you and me normally. A creative person that likes, you know, instruments, machines, and stuff more than they necessarily like hanging out with people. I mean, y'all know this, right? I'm sure that a lot of you recognize yourselves in that. And you know what? It's not sad. It's okay to be like that. Hashtag, it's not sad. It is not sad. It's okay. It's absolutely okay. I'm running out of water. I drank my tea. I drank my water. So there's. Oh God, that's just lovely. Lovely sound there. So I've been struggling with something. I've been struggling with my Drambo episode, and I want to play something for you. I can't show that, but I want to play something for you real quickly. I just need to make sure that the audio isn't too loud, because yeah. So my Drambo video. Ooh. So this is how far I've gotten so far out of all the edits I've done during this whole week and last week, and I still have more to do. And the video is right now I haven't even started making the video material for the Drambo walkthrough, Groovebox walkthrough video. Right now the audio is at 9 minutes 45 minutes, 9 minutes and 45 seconds. So I've cut down stuff significantly. However, this is just about the sample part of my Groovebox. I haven't done anything about the synth part yet, because this was the hardest part. It looks as if I'm gonna end up with a video slightly under 35 minutes by now. And that's a significantly better, because it was 2 hours. But I thought I'd play a little bit for you so you can have a little taste of what this is.
Hello there, dear viewer, and welcome to haQ. My name is Jakob haQ. I'm your host, and you're watching a haQ episode. In this video, I will be going over my Drambo haQ. It's a groove box that I built inside Drambo, obviously. And to be quite frank, I am not happy with my groove box, and I am not criticizing Drambo. I'm criticizing my work. Yeah. As usual, I'm not looking to waste anyone's time, so this is not going to be an in-depth tutorial on how...
Yeah, so that's the thing. The biggest issue I've had with recording the material for my Drambo Groovebox walkthrough, is the fact that whenever I start recording it, I always end up talking about negative stuff. I end up sounding negative, because the truth is that I am not at all happy with my Groovebox. And like I said in the recording there, it has nothing to do with Drambo itself. It doesn't. It's the work that I've done, the work that I put in, how I've made it, how unoptimized it is. And I'm going into that, and I don't know. I don't feel good about this, because everyone usually expects some happy Jacob doing the happy thing and not sounding like as if I'm depressed or something. But what you hear here is basically as happy this is how happy I can sound right now when doing this video, because of how I feel about my Groovebox. So people keep telling me, upload it to patch storage, Jacob. No, I really don't want to. It's not that I want. It's not that I don't want to share it with people. That's not it. I don't want to share it because to me it would feel like sharing something unfinished, unpolished, quite frankly, maybe unusable for some people, it's heavier than it needs to be, stuff like that. I'm not even sure anymore if I should make this video. Yeah, okay? So that's what I feel. I've been struggling so much with this video. Re-recording, 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 re-recording. Don't know what to do. So this is what I have so far. I am gonna make this to the end, like finish this thing. I am gonna finish it. I'm gonna finish this video. But I'm right now, I'm not even sure if I want to publish whatever comes out of this. I'm serious. I'm serious. Let's see here. We got Jamie in the chat. Hello, Jamie. So many cats in the bag. Re-record, don't fade away. You should absolutely make it or just publish it versus worrying about it. Or set it aside a few weeks and come back to it. Yeah, Michael, and hello, Michael. Uh, yeah. Yeah, my partner, she says the same thing, just publish it. The problem is also, of course, that in my live performance video, I do say that my next video is going to be my Drambo video, but that's probably not going to happen because the next one might actually be a teaser video for that project that's been going on for a year. We had to push back the publication date a week now because there's some stuff we want to work on and polish and stuff. Yeah, but it's that thing I need to think about too. And even the documentary that was supposed to be done for the release is not going to be done for the release. It's going to have to be done so I can release it at a later date after whatever we were going to publish is being published. So yeah, this is too much. I need to get a proper tutorial out first on this thing that we've made. Because that's important to me. That people, I mean, I should make the tutorial for this thing. Everyone else can review it. I can't because I'm involved. It was made for me, so or by my request. So everyone has to review it, but I still have to make the tutorial, the proper tutorial, and I've recorded most of the bits for that. I know this thing in and out, so I gotta work on that next week. So what I have now is I basically have, it's Wednesday today, right? So I have Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday to work on this, and then it done. Like I don't have any more time. I have to focus on that other project. And right now, the latest video I put out was the week last week, right? On Monday. So it's already been over a week before since I posted the video on my main channel, and that is always a problem to me because my stats just drop through the floor. We'll see. I will finish this. I will finish this, and I'll probably put up, for those of you who are patrons, I'll put up a sneak peek of whatever I'm making. So yeah, I've been really bad at putting up extra content over there. I know. I'm just trying to balance too many things. But it's getting better. I mean, we got the live streaming channel going together with the main channel. I've been able to work on a project. That's great. I've been able to get back to my Discord channel again and at least try to keep active there several times a week. So that's good also. And yeah, so the only thing I need to work on right now is to get a little bit more content out to patrons, and also my email red flags. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. There's probably a lot of people who are waiting for my responses, and some responses they require like almost an essay for me to respond to, and I don't have time writing essays. I don't know how to respond to these people without, maybe ticking them off or making them feel as if I don't care about them. It's just I just don't have the time. I don't know how to do it. Publish or and be damned. Yeah, I'd rather polish and then publish. That's a saying I like following. The new rec videos I'm making are a bit of a hole to disappear down. Like there's so much to it. Where do I stop? Yeah, Jamie. For me it's problematic because I don't know where to begin. That's usually my biggest problem. I mean, you know, Jamie, there's so much you can do in Nurak, right? So yeah, choose something, right? That's the problem. I don't know where to start. That's why I haven't made any videos. You've only seen me use it in live streams. It makes sense to talk about it, use it like that. But as soon as I'm decided to lock in to make it into an episode for my main channel, there's a whole other process that I go into because I know I need at least a week, and when I do that and put in that time, I need the topic or whatever I'm doing to be worth that time first of all, of course, and also good enough to have a video being made about it, and it's going to be interesting enough. And the project needs to drive me forward too. With Nurak, I've mostly been having fun using it. Starting to make videos about it is not something I just feel like I don't know where to start right now. Jacob, you should revisit some apps reviews. Some get great updates that change their usefulness. Yeah, I know. And for me, when it does something like that, it has to be substantial and it has to be like, let me give you an example. I made the sampler video, right? Sampler. And the way that I could do that one was through a docutorial. It felt really like it was worth the time put into that. I put months into it. And there's a like you can hear Marcos talk about the project and Sampler itself. Sampler got updated after many years. It was a thing, you know. That's what I feel like doing. Whenever something like Cubasis gets an update, okay, there are other reasons to why I don't make videos about Cubasis when they get updates, and it's usually because there are some bugs and I'm struggling with just trying to use it. I'm not interested in making videos about something that most people who own Cubasis already know as soon as they get it, and you know, like it's bug now. Yeah, it happens every time. It's like with iOS. Yeah, it's bug now. Yeah, it happens every time. It's I don't know. There are some apps that have gotten some interesting updates, and I've done videos sometimes. But here's the thing: also, in a year, if I make a video per week or about a video per week, whenever I do decide to make a video, if there's, let's say there's been 300 apps coming out during that year, there's probably been more than that. But that means that I have about, if I make only app videos, I have about 50, 60 apps to choose from, right? And I don't. It's not like I only do app videos. I do other stuffs too. I do hardware and apps, and I do hardware sometimes, and how to connect this, how to fix this problem. So there's gonna be less apps to choose from. So whenever I do an app video, I also have to feel like a lot of people is interesting about that. Whenever I do an FX video, if I put 2 weeks into making a video about effects, then I know that I'm not gonna get the amount of views I actually need to make that project viable as a time consuming thing. And then I have to think about another video that I can make, which is usually something that has to do with DAWs or synthesizers or groove boxes or something like that, because those videos get more views. So I'll make a video that pulls more views so I can make a video that gets less views. One of the most fun videos I made was the Haas one. Very little people watched that, and okay, it was released during summer, which is usually a low period for views for channels like myself. It happens every year, but even if I publish that now, it still would get very little views because people just aren't interested in that effect or something like that, you know, close to those lines. The numbers tell me this all the time, so it's a constant balance for me. What do I put my time into now? Because I need to keep the channel growing. And if I just kept on doing exactly what I wanted all the time, it wouldn't be growing as it is. It wouldn't. I've tried, and I have the data to prove that it doesn't work like that. You kind of have to look at the data, see and kind of adjust what you do after it. Um, because even though I might not be making stuff that I absolutely want to make, I can still make stuff that is fun to make. One thing that I really don't like making is dog comparison videos. I don't like making those. But you know what? Those are some of my most watched videos. Go figure. I don't like making those videos, but people love them. And so that's why I make them. Because people love them. It's nice being able to make something that someone else like, because I get it. I get it. You want to know what the difference is between certain things, especially among beginners. How do you discern which one is good for you or not? And why I don't like making those videos is because I always end up saying that, well, which one is best? I don't know, because I can't ever know which one is best for you. Only you will know what's best for you. I can only show what they do and what they don't. That's it. So I'll type in the best this, but I'm really not subscribing to it. That's what the hell just happened? I got a notification on this. No, don't try to update. Stop, 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 stop. Apple. Ooh, I just think I stopped something there. Why did it do that? I always click those away. So Apple tried to update. I don't know what it is. Is there a new macOS update or something I don't know about? It's just tried to do that. This is don't do that. Not when I'm streaming. That would kill the stream. You know, that wouldn't be good for the stream. I mean, it would take up all the resources. I don't even know what we're talking about. Just review what you use in your music making, not everything that comes out. I don't expect you to be reviewing machine, Skaka, yeah, because it's Swedish. Let's see here. What I use in my music making. Well, that's the problem though, because I've already made all those videos. I'm so old-fashioned. All right. I mean, a lot of people will use the newest, latest stuff. I don't. There is a video on my channel called "My Most Used Synthesizers," and it's a video about Thor and Waldorf Nave. I loved making that video, and I'm happy that I made it, because a lot of people seem to love that video too. That video is about my most used synthesizers. That's it. So what else do I use? I could probably make a video about some plugins, but that's the thing. I've already talked about that. I've already made videos about that. Wouldn't that be boring? Wouldn't people just recognize that? I'm always afraid that what I'm gonna make is gonna feel bland if I talk about the same thing again, the same way I'm talking about the same things in stream all the time. I just realized that. I mean, what? Like, yeah, maybe I need feedback from you. I love your most used videos. So useful. Okay, all right. Yeah, a lot of people seem to like those. So, okay, most used. I'll think. I'll think of some other stuff that is my most used. Um, and I'll try to make some of those videos. Just don't expect it for the next 1, 2, or 3 weeks, because there's gonna be a Drambo video. That's one thing, and because I've decided now that I'm absolutely gonna publish it after what everyone, all of you have said. I am gonna publish it when I'm finished with it. Then there's gonna be that special release, and that might take up 2 weeks of releases. Who knows? Okay. After that, I'll try to make one of those my most used. And right now it's good because now summer is over, and so the channel is picking up again, like it always does after the summer slope. So it might be good to make one of those videos. That's good advice. Thanks everyone. I'll just type it in here so I know for sure that I'm not gonna forget it. Go into my video list video. Let's see here. My video list video? No, my video list. I have a list of videos that I'm gonna make, so I'm gonna type in here my most used dot 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 question mark. All right, okay, so that's definitely next in line. All right, after everything that needs to come out first has come out. I'm reaching for water and stuff all the time, but I'm also feeling my wee wee. My wee wee. I'm feeling my what? I might have to hit the John. I'm not gonna hit John, but I might have to go to the bathroom soon enough. And luckily, we're getting closer towards the time where we. I'm just losing it, everyone. I'm losing it. I'm losing it. I have to go to the loo, and yeah. I feel like spent the serious brain power I had at the beginning of this stream into something. Um, Before I forget about it, at least I just want to thank all of you for joining up the stream and sticking with me even throughout all the weird stuff that I do towards the end of the stream when I start getting tired and unfocused, or maybe distracted would be the right word, because the truth is that right now time is in Sweden. I don't know what it is in your place. Please type where you are and the time. I always love seeing that. Even though I know where some of you are, just type in your where you are in the world. You don't have to write your hometown. Just whatever state, area, country, and the time right now. I'm in Sweden. Time is right now 21:43, so a quarter to 10 in the evening. Okay, so it's in the evening, and this is usually when a lot of people go to bed. Especially people have families and stuff. That's not me. That's not how I worked for the several past years now. And since I was little, I've always been a night owl. And I like being up during night and morning. So I usually go to bed at 6 o'clock in the morning. So what is that? Like 6 a.m. I think that's 6 a.m. I have a problem with AM, PM. But PM is after lunch, right? So 1 p.m. is like 1 o'clock in the day, right? Am I right? So I go to bed about between 5 and 6 a.m. and I get up about 11, I think. So right before what is normal lunch for other people, that's when I get up. And that's when I start my morning, and then I have my day. And it works quite well for me and my partner because she's got a different routine. So we kind of, we've got a routine that goes into and out of the. That I made that sound weirder than I needed to be, right? I just made that sound really weird. I'm sorry if I made it that sound like anything else than what it was. Hello, Dean. So Dean Daughters from Electronic Sounds is in the stream, and you're late, dude. You're late, bro. We've already gone through everything, everything, everything. But I just gotta ask you, Dean. Have you used this plugin, Skaka? I'm thinking that this is something you'd like. I'm thinking you'd like this one because I'm absolutely loving it. I'm just not too happy about not being able to save presets in there right now. Something I think that they would implement later on, I hope, and I'm gonna talk to them. But everything in that thing right now with the sequencer and how it works with the humanization, it's just great. It's just great. It sounds awesome and it sounds natural. The shaker alone just had me like dropping my jaw, like, this is good. So what do we have here? We got the UK, UK in Jamie is in UK. We got Divos in Germany. We got Sion in Toronto. So, damn, you're far away. Africa, Zambia. Oh, 21:43. We're on the same line, you and I. Omanje. I don't know if I'm saying Omanje right. Germany again. We got London here. UK. Of course, there would be a lot of people from the UK that's close, Germany too, that's close in the timeline, and also Africa down that way, Sweden down to Zambia. It's probably that we're on the exact same line, I think. Only a few minutes that differ. Of course, I sometimes I sometimes forget how our planet, how it works with the countries and the timelines. I almost said something else, and I no, I just forget it sometimes how it works. Like Japan is further ahead, so for them it's like tomorrow, and if you go further back, it's like yesterday. I get stuff like that wrong. So we got hello from Italy, Phoenix, 12:44 p.m. That's Dave. Hello, Dave. There's a lot of different places here. It's awesome to see that. 12:40 San Jose, California. 12:46 p.m. So you haven't tried it yet, Dean. All right, you should. You definitely should. Definitely should. Santa Clara, California. I think that's California. Cali. That is Cali, isn't it? I've never been to the States. One day, I hope I get to go. There's a lot of places in the world I want to go to, you know? A lot of places. It's a pretty big thing to do, but I would love to go to Antarctica or something like that too. It's like the connection I have to the cold and snow and ice. I mean, Antarctica is different. It's different. It's on the extreme side. Sweden is not that extreme, not anymore. I mean, it's been getting warmer up here, you know. Usually around this time when I was little, we used to have snow. We do not have that now. That's not happening. That would be nice though. You know, I miss the snow. I miss the ice. Little puddles of water frozen over. You could you could smash the ice. The nice sounds nice under your feet. I just love the time of the year. Autumn is here, so leaves are falling. I'm watching that. I'm getting really like super inspired by that. Just watching the leaves change color and just fall off. Love it. And we have a lot of like sakura flowers over here, like sakura bushes, or sakura trees. So there's like fields of these pink leaves all over the place right now. It's just super blue. It's super beautiful. I want to go to Iceland. The earth is roasting. I have an extra room. I want to go to Sweden. Hey, this is a track, right? I mean, we can make a song out of this. Maybe I should do that one sometime. We do a stream where I make music and then you basically type in the text that I'm supposed to sing in the in here. No profanities. No profanities. We do that sometime, right? If you if that's something that would be interesting, I'd probably do it through a vocoder because it doesn't matter what you write about because everything sounds so amazing when you're working with a vocoder. That's just the way it is, yeah. 3:47 p.m. other side of the states. Very dangerous. Yeah, I have one of those brains too that I just read stuff out without really thinking about it. So that could be dangerous. That could be dangerous because I'm sure that a few of you just would love to troll me like that, make me say some really profane stuff. Yeah, some of you would probably get a kick out of that. You know why? You know how I know that? I don't know that. I don't know that. I'm a little bit like that. I get a kick out of that. I mean, I watch a lot of gaming streamers, and there are some gamers. They have audiences. They've attracted a type of audience that will constantly troll them. So if they're playing a new game and they're asking chat, "What should I do?" The chat will of course tell them to do stuff they really shouldn't do, like press Alt 6 and suddenly you're closing the game window. I see stuff like that happening all the time. It's like some people are so nasty when it comes to these things. They'll write stuff that sounds like something else just to make them say a certain word, or so they can edit it together and make it sound awful and profane. It's just, yeah. Mm-mm-mm. What's that? Now I'm scared to read anything you're writing in here. I'm not gonna read anything you're writing in here. I'm scared now. Don't troll me. Don't you dare. Don't you dare. Don't you dare do that. Don't troll me. I'm telling you. I'm warning you. I'm warning you. Don't troll me. Don't do that. Now I'm not gonna read anything from chat. I'm scared. I'm scared as hell. I'm not gonna do it. I'm looking for water. I'm getting frustrated and nervous. I'm so nervous right now. So, I think it's time to round this up because I think that my partner might be cooking and I need to eat my lunch. This is, or my dinner time, basically. Yeah, 10 p.m. is when I eat dinner because of when I go up and, whoo, that's, yeah. So, this is the last thing I'm gonna read. Gamers are no, I'm not gonna read that. No, no, I'm not gonna read that either. This has been Jakob haQ Live. You've been watching me, Jakob haQ, at Jakob haQ Live. That's youtube.com/. You already know this, otherwise you wouldn't be here. I've had a great time hanging out with you, like always. I love speaking broken Swinglish, English, Winglish, Anglisk with you all the time. And I wish I could do this more. Actually, I wish, but I don't have the time. But if there is, I will. If there is time in the future, I will find some other ways of doing this in other times in the day because I know that some of you are in other parts of the world. So it would be preferable for maybe some of you if I did maybe an evening stream for you. That is. So yeah, I've had fun checking out this Skaka app from Klevgra Produkter. It's pretty good. Gonna talk to them about the preset thing. And so yeah, thank you so much for sticking with me. And you're amazing and awesome. Stay tuned on the main channel. And next week there's gonna be some teasing starting, like official teasing for that thing that I've been talking about and teasing about for a while now. We're gonna start officially teasing it on all the social networks where I'm at. So if you're following me on Instagram, Twitter, or Facebook, you'll probably see stuff like that, and you'll know. Well, you won't know exactly what it is, but you'll know more than most other people just finding out about it because you've been here streaming during my streams, hearing me yammer on about it. So stay tuned for that. Good night, Samuel. I hope you have a nice sleep, nice sleep, nighty night. Yeah. So as usual, I wish you a very productive week. Now go finger all of your stuff, and have a lot of fun doing it. Now watch me squirm away, squirm away. I'm trying to end the stream, and this is usually when I keep talking, making it look as if I'm not gonna end the stream, and then suddenly, I mean, without even knowing when I'm gonna stop, it's as if I just disappear from the stream.